One day, I discovered that my beloved husband was cheating on me. After fertility treatment, I finally got pregnant. I was expecting a baby in a few months. That's when it happened. My husband, without taking offense, told me to leave the house while I was pregnant, and I decided to leave as I was told. But I'm not going to back down just like that. I will definitely get revenge. A man who has the audacity to cheat on their wife while they're pregnant should go to hell. My name is Jessica. I am 32 years old. I have been married for 5 years to my husband, Simon. I met Simon when I was 26, and that's when we started dating. He made a big move on me, and we got married 6 months later. It was a quick marriage. My father runs a company, and my husband and I met there. Because of the connections to my father, my husband is called a candidate for the next president in the company. I liked Simon and was happy with the marriage itself, but we had a problem. We were having difficulty having a baby. For the first 3 years of our marriage, we were unable to have children. Due to the pressure from others, we eventually started fertility treatment. 5 years after our marriage, we were finally blessed with a child. When I found out I was pregnant, I immediately called my husband. Simon! I just went to the hospital.
Hospital? Why?
I'm pregnant.
What?
We have a baby. Finally. Tears well up in my eyes as I feel as if all the struggle and stress I've been through has finally paid off. All our efforts have finally blessed us. My voice over the phone was probably trembling. But in contrast to my joy, my husband's reaction was more subtle.
Oh, well, that's good.
That's all you can say? We've worked so hard for this.
Well, yes, but we've put a lot of money and time into this, so we were expecting this to happen eventually, right?
Don't say it like that. You said you wanted to have children, so I even took a leave from work to devote myself to treatment.
But you're the one who decided to go that far, weren't you? Don't blame me for that.
What?
Well, I'm busy, so...
With that, he hung up on me. He's horrible. Why did he have to say it like that? We were finally able to have a child together, and Simon wasn't happy? Looking back, since we started fertility treatment, I've felt a bit of separation between us. We used to fight less, but in the 2 years since we started treatment, we have talked less and less, and we are not as close as we used to be. Still, I was able to make it this far because I love Simon. I was quite shocked when he disrespected our good news like that. After some time has passed since the discovery of my pregnancy, I entered my second trimester. However, we cannot let our guard down. Especially since I am still suffering from morning sickness, I am still very anxious. Even though Simon was on early maternity leave due to my severe morning sickness, he was doing whatever he wanted, like going out drinking. He didn't help me with the housework at all, so I have to do it all by myself. I asked for his help several times, but he would say,
I work outside the house.
Every time. He didn't seem to think anything of my suffering from morning sickness. Then one day, I couldn't take it any longer and decided to have a talk with him, face to face. I wanted my husband to change his attitude towards our life. He was out drinking that day, and it was past 1 a.m. when he came home. I immediately confronted my husband. Hey, what time do you think it is? He gave me a blatant look of annoyance.
What? You're awake? If you keep on saying you're struggling from morning sickness, Why don't you just go to bed?
How can you be so terrible? Please, be a little more cooperative.
Huh? I'm working for you so that we can make a living.
I appreciate that, but I also have to take care of my health, and I need you to help me with the housework, even if it's just on your days off. My husband sighed deeply and continued.
Hey, pregnancy is not a disease, right? Why are you trying to get spoiled?
I just want to have a more peaceful pregnancy.
Man, I've had enough. Working my butt off. You want a peaceful pregnancy? You're just trying to make things easier for yourself.
What? You don't have to go that far.
I'm really sick of all this. I'm going to stay elsewhere for a while, so don't call me.
Hey, Simon!
I'm out.
My husband took the bare minimum of his belongings and left the house as if he didn't hear my voice. How could he? It was the pregnancy we wanted, so how could he be so cold to me? Shouldn't a husband and wife help each other when the other is in pain? I was shocked by my husband's cold attitude, but even more than that, I felt anger toward him. I contacted him several times, but he would persistently say,
You're annoying me. Don't contact me until I call you.
And was as arrogant as ever. After that day, my husband indeed did not come home for a while. I was lying in my room with morning sickness that day. Then I received a call from an unknown number. Who could it be? If it was someone from the company, I would have it in my phone already. With this thought in mind, I picked up the phone. Hello? Oh, there she is. Jessica Miller, right? Yes, that's me. I'm sorry, who is this? Oh, me? I'm Simon's future wife. What? By Simon, are you talking about my husband? I asked fearfully, and she snickered on the other side of the phone and said, Who else could it be? I mean, when I'm contacting you, isn't there no one else? What on earth is this? Simon's future wife? He's already married to me. Yeah, that's why I'm calling today to ask for a divorce. Huh? How can you say such an insane thing? Insane? I'm pregnant, you know. Pregnant? A child needs a father, right? That's why I'm telling you to get a divorce. Well, thanks in advance. Hey, wait. The woman who identified herself as Lily hung up the phone unilaterally and did not answer when I called her back several times. I guess that she was calling herself Simon's future wife because she was in a relationship with my husband. While I was suffering from morning sickness, he was having an affair with another woman. The thought of that made me angry and sad at once. I had no idea that Simon was cheating on me. I was sure that the reason he was out drinking on his days off was because he was meeting that woman. Unable to leave it at that, I rushed to call my husband, who was at work. After about 8 rings, he finally picked up the phone.
What the hell? You're so annoying. Can't you tell I'm at work?
I know that, and I've been calling you over and over again.
What the hell are you on about?
Lily called.
What?
She told me to divorce you. When I told him what had happened, he was obviously flustered and clammed up. Seeing him like that, I was convinced he was cheating on me. From the way you're acting, it sounds like you and Lily were having an affair. And I hear she's pregnant too. What the hell do you think you're doing?
Shut up. It's none of your business.
What? How is this none of my business? You and I are married and I'm pregnant.
So what? Unlike you, Lily doesn't sleep all the time and does all the housework when she's with me.
You know, everybody has a different reaction to pregnancy.
Shut up. Enough. Let me make this clear. My number one right now is Lily. I'm not interested in an old hag like you.
My husband's insane comment left me speechless. Then he thought he had me convinced and continued with his abusive words.
Lily is young, pretty, and unlike you, she deserves me.
How much do you overestimate your own worthiness?
Shut up. Anyway, now that you know what's going on, you and I are getting a divorce.
Seriously?
Of course, I'm serious. Get out of our house, 'cause I'll be living there with Lily. There's no place for you anymore.
At that moment, a rage I had never felt before exploded inside me. No place for me? What the hell is he talking about? He's the one who cheated on me. That's enough. If you want to have it that way, I have an idea. I told my confident husband with no uncertain terms. Yeah, okay. Then I'll take all the furniture and appliances.
Huh?
Perhaps startled by my unexpected statement, he sounded dopey, a complete change from a moment ago. What, is there a problem?
Don't be silly. I'm going to live in that house with her. If you take the furniture and appliances, we won't be able to live there.
I don't care. I bought all the furniture and appliances in this house to begin with.
What? That's not possible.
Did you forget? 2 years ago, we moved into this house because it was close to the fertility clinic. At that time, you told me that I could do whatever I wanted, but I had to get my own furniture and appliances.
That doesn't mean you have to take everything with you. Leave at least the washing machine and refrigerator.
I don't mind. But you have to pay for it, okay?
What? What the hell is that?
I could sense through the phone that he was annoyed, but also definitely upset. Finally, he gave in and yelled.
We'll just pay for it, okay?
And hung up the phone. There's no way I can rebuild a healthy relationship with him. Convinced of this, I lifted my heavy body and started to pack my belongings. A few hours later, I got a call from Lily, the affair partner again, probably after hearing from my husband. Oh, hello? Is this Jessica? I heard you're going to move out of that house. So what? I'm telling you, I'm going to charge you a very steep alimony. Alimony? Oh, I don't mind. Go ahead, ask for as much as you want. That's very generous of you. You make that much money? Oh no, I'm just a part-timer, and I already quit that too. Then how are you going to pay the alimony? That's obvious. Simon, the next president, will pay everything for me. The next president? That's what she's saying, but I've never heard of my husband becoming the next president of the company. As far as I know, my husband doesn't have that kind of money to spare, and he's never been good at saving money. He definitely won't be able to afford to pay alimony for his affair partner. But she is not worried at all. She doesn't even suspect him. Anyway, I don't really care as long as I get the money. Well then, I'll ask for as much alimony as I can. Yes, whatever. Well, it can't hurt me, though. I really hope you're right. Okay, bye-bye. I hung up the phone and blocked her number. The next day, I found the divorce papers in the mailbox. My husband's part already filled in. I decided to go back to my parents' house and file the divorce papers on the way there. I then asked my lawyer about the divorce and filed a claim for alimony against my ex-husband and the affair partner. 2 weeks later, as expected, I get a call from my ex-husband. The first thing he does is yell at me.
Hey, you! What the hell is wrong with you?
What?
Stop trying to play dumb. Why do I have to get fired?
Oh, well, it's natural, isn't it? You paid the alimony with the company's money.
What? How do you...
Did you think I wouldn't find out? My father runs this company.
Well, that's...
My ex-husband holds a pretty high position in our company, so I guess he thought he wouldn't get caught even if he spent some of the company's money for himself. When I became suspicious that the stipulated amount of money was transferred immediately after the alimony claim, I decided to ask my father to check on the company's money. As a result, as expected, it was discovered that my ex-husband had paid the alimony with the company's money. Furthermore, it turned out that he had been embezzling company money in various ways. When I told him this, he instantly clammed up and reacted pathetically.
You're a scary woman.
To that I said, the alimony and child support I claimed from you, the $15,000 I claimed from Lily, the latest furniture and appliances I left behind, and about $20,000 for embezzlement. That's a total of $100,000. How are you going to pay me?
Oh, wait a minute. There's no way I can pay that much money.
Huh? Even if you can't pay it, you will pay. You've been so aggressive up until now, and now you're going to tell me that you can't pay?
Well, that's... I'll pay the fee sometime. So please don't fire me. Tell that to your father, please.
My father has already given up on you. You spent the company's money, and then you were cheating on his daughter while she's pregnant? Why would he help a man like that?
Why? I'm the next president of the company. What do you think I married you for?
I knew it. His persistent requests for becoming my boyfriend, his intense approach towards me, and his desire to get married as soon as possible were all for the sake of becoming the next president of the company. And at this point in his life, all he cares about is saving his own skin rather than reflecting on what he did. I was so disgusted with him. The next president because you married the president's daughter? Don't make me laugh. How can life be so naive? Don't make fun of my father's company.
Because that's what it's all about, isn't it? That's why I seduced you, the president's daughter.
It's true that I was a fool to fall for it. But you think you can still work for my father's company after all this? You're in your current position thanks to my father, but there's no way you can stay at the company after embezzling, cheating, and doing whatever you want. You idiot. I must have cornered him because I heard him sniffling over the phone. In a pathetic voice, my ex-husband begged me to help him, but I relentlessly continued. You once told me that there was no place for me, didn't you? Well, look who's talking now. You're the one who lost your place. You were fired from your job, and now you're $100,000 in debt.
Wait a minute. I'll leave Lily, so please, help me out here.
Shut up, you piece of garbage. I don't care what happens to a cheater like you. I want you to work yourself to death to pay off the alimony, child support, and all the company money you've been spending. Get to work, you lousy jerk. After hanging up the phone, I immediately blocked his number and completely cut all ties with him. After that, my ex-husband barged into my parents' house, but that was to be expected. He couldn't even meet me as my parents refused to let him in. Eventually, he borrowed money from various sources and managed to gather $100,000. When the affair partner found out what had happened, she told him that the father of her baby was a different person and tried to break off the relationship. However, my ex-husband's persistence was unbelievable.
Then, give me back the alimony I paid for you. If you can't, then you need to marry me.
And threatened her to marry him. Soon after, they were forced to live in extreme poverty as they were chased by debt collectors. I, on the other hand, recently gave birth to a baby girl. To be honest, I was worried about whether I would be able to love her properly since she was the child of that man. But my fears were needless. My newborn child is more adorable than anything else, and I love her very much. Thank you for coming into this world. I will do anything to make you happy. I muttered as I gently held my little girl's hand. It doesn't matter who her father is. She is undeniably my precious child. I will go through fire and water in order to make her happy. That's what I promised myself.